Hello everyone. In this topic video lecture, we are going to see the topic Ansible modules and about Ansible inventory files. These topics belong to fourth unit of DevOps, where we are studying about the tool Ansible. Ansible modules are used to perform various tasks on remote host. These are basically small standalone scripts that Ansible uses to communicate with the remote host in order to execute specific actions. An Ansible module is a small program or script that comes pre-packaged with Ansible and is designed to perform a specific task in automation. These modules act as the building blocks of Ansible automation, allowing users to manage configurations, deploy applications, handle services, or manage cloud resources without writing long scripts. The modules may be of different types based upon the purpose. For example, if you want to create a new user, Ansible uses the user module. If you want to copy a file, Ansible uses the copy module. If you want to install software, Ansible uses the apt or yum module. So there are several types of Ansible modules which will be linked with the associated playbooks. Whenever you run a playbook or an ad hoc command, Ansible automatically calls the necessary module to carry out the requested operation. This makes automation simple, reliable, and less error prone. Modules as the core of automation. Modules are the core units of work in Ansible. Each module is specialized. Some handle system level operations like creating users or installing packages, while others handle application level tasks like managing databases or web servers. They eliminate the need for manual scripting, provide reusable standardized methods for system automation, ensure cross-platform compatibility, meaning the same module can work on Linux, Windows, or cloud environments. Idempotency of Ansible modules. Idempotency means that if you run the same module multiple times, it will only make changes when needed. For example, if user already exists, the user module won't create it again. If a service is already running, the service module won't restart it unnecessarily. If a file already has the correct content, the copy or template module won't overwrite it. This prevents duplication, ensures system stability, and gives you predictable results every time you run Ansible. Ansible has hundreds of modules built in, and they are grouped based on what they do. For example, system modules in Ansible. System modules are the main part of Ansible automation. They help you manage the core operating system tasks like users, groups, services, and software packages. It allowing you to manage users, services, and software packages across multiple systems with ease. User modules can create, delete, or modify users on remote servers. Service modules can start, stop, enable, or restart services like Apache, Linkists, or MySQL. yum or apt modules install or remove software packages in Red Hat or Debian Ubuntu based systems. File and storage modules in Ansible. File and storage modules allow you to manipulate files, directories, and permissions across multiple servers at once. Copy module, push configuration files from your local machine to multiple remote servers in one go. File modules manages files and directory permissions, ownership, or even create symbolic links. Fetch module will pull files from remote servers to your control node. Cloud modules in Ansible. Cloud modules are designed for managing cloud infrastructure as part of infrastructure as code. EC2 module AWS create, start, stop, or terminate EC2 instances, ideal for scaling applications dynamically in the cloud. GCP Compute Instance Module or Google Cloud Module will manage virtual machine instances, storage, and rewriting in Google Cloud provider. Database modules simplify database administration tasks by automating user management, schema creation, and backup operations. MySQL user module Create, update, or delete MySQL users with the specific privileges commonly used in setting up secure web applications. And networking modules automate tasks on routers, switches, and firewalls, making them crucial for network engineers and security teams. iOS configuration module manages configurations on Cisco iOS devices such as VLANs, routing protocols, and ACLs. Firewall module configure firewall rules on Linux servers, allowing or blocking specific port or services. This improves infrastructure security and compliance. How Ansible modules work. Ansible run is a conversation between you, the task, and the target system. You declare what you want. Ansible runs the right module, applies only the needed changes, and then reports back with a clear result. The steps are shown diagrammatically. When we apply the playbook task, when we run the playbook will be linked with associated module. That is, we will define the task in the playbook. The script necessary to run the task will be identified in the corresponding module. So the modules will be called, the modules will perform the action, and the necessary module library will be referred for performing the actions, and finally it will send back the result to the Ansible control node. There are two entry points. Playbook task are use an ad hoc command. Playbook task used for YARN for repeatable version controlled automation, and ad hoc command for one-off actions and quick fixes. After that, Ansible calls the respective module in the background. Ansible resolves the module name from its module library, including any collections you have installed. Then the module performs the action. Modules are designed to be idempotent. They first probe current state, example, it just installed, does, etc. App configuration match the desired content. If the target state already matches, they do nothing. Changed, false. If not, they make the minimum change needed. Changed, true. The module sends back the result to Ansible, that is whether success, changed, or failed. Each module returns a JSON payload that include changed with the boolean value whether true or false, or yes or no, whether something actually changed. Failed means boolean plus associated message will be sent back whether the task failed and why. Ansible inventory files. Now let us see about Ansible inventory files. Ansible inventory files serve as the central registry for the host and groups of hosts that Ansible manages. These files defines the target for Ansible operations, enabling automation tasks to be executed on specific servers or collection of servers. Key characteristics of Ansible inventory files are: they have purpose to list and organize managed nodes such as servers, network devices, etc. that Ansible will interact with. Formats. Commonly written in INI or YARN format, Ansible includes built-in support for these, and other formats can be used via inventory plugins. And Ansible inventory files will have structure which will define the host, that is, individual managed nodes are listed by their host name or IP address. They will define the groups, that is, group host can be organized into logical groups based on shared characteristics such as whether they are web servers, database servers, production groups, or development systems. Groups are defined using square brackets in INI format or as top level keys in YARN. Variables. Host specific or group specific variables can be defined within the inventory file to customize behavior for different targets. And also, Ansible inventory files will define the location. By default, Ansible looks for an inventory file at the particular path. However, a custom inventory file or directory can be specified using the -i flag on the command line or by configuring the ansible.cfg file. Dynamic inventory. Ansible support dynamic inventory where host information is retrieved from external sources like cloud providers or other systems using inventory plugins. This allows for flexible and up-to-date inventories in dynamic environments. Usage. When running Ansible playbooks or ad hoc commands, the inventory file is used to determine which host or groups of hosts the operation will be performed on. These are the examples of inventory files. For example, in the first file, all host, where we have mentioned the host name, that is the host name of the particular remote systems or the hosts. And in the children hierarchy, we can mention the web servers. We can mention the host name of the web servers. We can mention the database servers, their host name. We can mention the variables, etc. That's all about these two topics, Ansible inventory files and Ansible modules. Thank you.